Hey guys, so we are back here again. It's Aaron and Mike from Queer Days. So last week I did a video. I decided to take Mike's surprise while he was in the shower. I wanted to get an insight onto his views on basically why does he like younger men, or why would anyone like younger men, and some like the benefits, the disadvantages, and just to basically a kind of a more of an inside look into.
I want to say one thing though. Aaron just said about my dating younger men. I just want to say I never really went to date younger men. It just kind of happened, I wasn't looking for younger men. Whereas with you, you're more particular in the fact that you really only like older men.
I do.
So let's start out. I wrote down some questions. Aaron's more spontaneous than I am. But
Let's get into it.
what defines an older man to you?
What defines an older man? Well, this might kind of sound weird, but I mean, I don't know if it still applies now, but I used to always define an older man 40 up. Why? I have no idea. But that was always in my head. I was like, I'm into older men, but older men, because like a lot of people are older than me. It doesn't start at 40. But I'd only ever kind of think that an older man was 40 up.
Well, let me ask you something. Now that you're 30, or I don't know.
I'm 20. I'm 28.
Well, no, so
I'm like,
you-
okay.
Now that you're 28, though, does it move up? Is 40-year-old still an old man, or does an old man have to be 45? Or when you're 35, is an old man going to have to be 55?
Yeah, I'd like to think of a proper answer. This is kind of weird. Like, I feel like it is going up, which is kind of strange. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a strict age. I think it's the like looks and a vibe that all comes into play. Like, I don't go around asking people, what age are you? I'm not going to like, let me see your ID. You have to see if you're over 40. It's never been like that. I mean, I've always been pretty particular from the porn I've watched to you. I just like a certain type of older man, and I classify it as hot and fun.
Now, let me ask you another question. Now, does it bother you that people, if you tell people you're only into older men, they probably automatically have preconceived notions of you? For instance, like, let's say, Calvin Klein or Barry Diller, all these guys who, dated young 20-year-olds and stuff, and everybody would talk about these guys they went out with and the stuff they would say. So I'm sure when you tell people, you only dated older men, they must, have some preconceived notions of you. Does that bother you?
So I don't know anything about those guys. Obviously, Calvin Klein from the clothing brand. I don't know the other guy. But does it bother me? No. I mean, like, the people's opinions like are very blatantly obvious. People say to me like, "Oh, must be sugar daddies that you're into, or you've got daddy issues, or some other, what's the word, notion that they have." People just like to say their opinions, and that's absolutely fine. But for me, no. I just like older men because they're hot. It's like, why does someone like a younger guy or the guy closer to their age? Because I presume they find them attractive, so I find what I find attractive.
Okay, so that kind of brings me to, you said you find them hot. What is it that makes them hot? What makes an older man hot to you?
I mean, what makes anyone hot, to be honest? It's just that physical attraction. I mean, my eyes light up when I see someone hot, or it's the vibe they give off, the energy. But a lot comes down to looks. I think anyone should be able to tell someone from who's really hot and who's like, I wouldn't say who's not, but each to their own as well. I mean, each to their own. Everyone has a certain type, I guess. I just have mine.
So we were just talking about preconceived notions a second ago. So this kind of goes along with that. I mean, were you nervous then since people have, automatically have ideas about this when you had to, let's say, bring me home to your family, or when you introduced me to your friends, were you nervous about what they were going to think or of me, or what they were going to think of you?
Was I nervous? I think beforehand, like a good few years ago, I might have been nervous about what people thought. But now, if I'm being honest, sometimes I just find it funny, because I think it makes people feel really uncomfortable, and I think it's really funny because to me it's the most natural thing. Like, I mean, I'm 28 years old. Like, I'm not like a kid. Like, I can make my own decisions. But when introducing you to my family and friends, no, because I mean, maybe beforehand, like I was saying, but when I got to a certain stage in my life, no, because you have to value what's important in your life and what's not, and like whose people's opinions matter, and what you want to take account for. But I mean, yeah, I guess there was times where I was nervous at the very start and initial stages. But no, I mean, I got over that. There was a certain point in my life where I was like, no, look, I'm happy. I mean, I'm in love, so
You're in
the
love?
age is irrelevant.
Are you in love?
I'm in love. I'm in love,
Okay.
and I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
So anyway, would you say age-wise we're kind of in different stages in our life? Would you agree with that? Yes.
Well, I guess we're in different stages,
I
but
mean,
I mean,
age-wise.
I think there's a lot of overlapping as
No,
well.
I'm just kidding about that. But I'm just saying, you know, does it bother you that, you know, speaking about different stages, that, you know, we've done a lot of the same things, but I've probably done it a lot more in a sense, so I'm over it a lot. I mean, does it bother you that, you know, when your friends call and say, hey, meet us, you know, might meet us for a drink and it's 12 o'clock and you see the face I make? You know, I mean, do you feel that I'm stopping you from living your life at all? And that, you know, I don't enjoy going out and getting completely plastered as much as you do? I mean, does that put a crimp in your lifestyle?
A crimp? I'm like, what is a crimp? Just put a crimp in my... I don't know what the word crimp means, but I get the gist of the question. No, like, I mean, look, I think there's
Do you feel I hold you back?
Do you hold me back from going drinking? No, look, I think the thing I get from you is like you're more than happy. If I wanted to go out drinking without you, you would be fine with that. I prefer to go drinking with you. I prefer because, like, you know, I like actually I like being in your company. But I've no problem, you know, drinking with my friends. I probably don't do it as much as I do, and sorry to all my friends out there. But I mean, I go out like every now and then. I just, you know, there's other values I have as well of just to going out and getting smashed every night. I mean, think I have like a lot of work to do. I have like stuff going on the whole time, and like, to be honest, the most important thing in my life is my relationship. So I don't want to damage that as well. So I think you gotta take everything with a bit of like, I think you gotta like just be wise in all your decisions. I think like you can do all of them, just do them and don't be stupid about what you do.
So let's say, now does it bother you? This is on a personal, and I've never asked him before. But so let's say there's a work party that we have to go to, and everybody's there with their spouses or boyfriends and girlfriends. They're all about the same age, and then you come dragging me in there. Do you think it would bother you at all?
Does it bother me?
Well, does love overcome it?
I don't know if it would bother me, because the fact that everyone at my work in my office knows I'm with an older man and they've been to my apartment and they've seen you. So no, I don't think so. I mean, like, would it be different going out to like a Christmas party? I mean, I don't know because I've never come across that. But like, no, I never knew how relaxed I would be about introducing you to people, to be honest.
So you don't think, let's say the Christmas party, you wouldn't have any qualms about taking me with you as your date?
As my date. Can I just bring my date? No, I don't think so. I mean, I think we will cross that bridge when it comes to it, but I honestly don't think so, considering you've met half my office.
Okay. So anyway, let me ask you, Aaron. Do you have any advice for some young guy like you who's looking for an older man? Any ideas? Would you tell him where to go or how to find them?
Where to go? I don't think you could like just find them. Like, I think it's like any relationship. Like, I mean, like, you can't just bracket off older people as separate from you, like guys married to younger people. I mean, they can come across anywhere. But yeah, like, I mean, like, if you really want to find someone quick, I'm sure you can just flick on Grindr or Scruff. It ain't that hard.
Or they go to the senior citizens home.
Yes, that's actually, for those of you that don't know,
volunteer.
this is where I found Mike. I went down to the senior citizens home. I was volunteering. No.
My caregiver was very disappointed when I left. So anyway, no special advice.
The only advice I could give is, I mean, I think if you're getting into a relationship with an older man, I mean, it's different than a hookup, but I think you have to go into it with the right reasons. I don't think because there is people out there that go in with the wrong reasons, and they may not genuinely be into older, or they're looking to get taken care of. I just don't think a relationship will work like that. For me, liking older men, it was difficult because I don't think until you're both, well, obviously the older guy usually is, but until you yourself are in a good financial position. Like, I worked bloody hard to get where I am today, and I think that's one of the benefits. We both have, you know, we both have made our own living, but, like, you know, we're obviously in a relationship, which, like, it stands to this day. Like, you know, you'll be able to support yourself even though you're in a relationship. So I think my advice would be, you know, you're getting into the relationship for the right reasons. You're not, like, basically looking for a handout, and that, you know, you can take care of yourself. If all things did go south, you have to look at the worst case scenarios.
So guys, I'm going to sum this up for Aaron, and it's time. No, I'm just saying, I think, you know what, I mean, might sound very trite, but love is love, and once you're in love with somebody, we'll be quiet. Once you're in love with somebody, you know what? Nothing's gonna matter. You're gonna be happy, you're gonna be proud, and you want them with you everywhere. And it's just how it is. Everything else goes by the wayside.
Right, that's actually so sweet.
So,
That's so sweet. He's like, oh, you're so good sometimes. Right, that's all from us. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the video, guys, and thanks again for watching.
see you later.